Twilight, Twilight, come here. Twilight looks around, then flies down to a lower branch. Who are you? There you are, my little Twilight. Are you? Yes, I'm your mom. You gave me quite the scare when you ran off like that. Come here. We'll join forces and become something greater than even the Guardians. I'm sure you have some questions about our family. Once night falls, how about you fly over here and we'll talk? I'd fly to you, but I must protect the Mirror Lakes. Twilight seems to become entranced by this voice. The scene cuts to Gilfie as something catches her attention. Voices are heard in the mist. Gilfie, how's my little baby sister? Just a dream. I know you were eaten. True, but that doesn't mean we can't talk. I want my little sister. I want to see her. I miss her so much. Gilfie, come here. This isn't your fight. You're just a scared little owl who lost her family. You don't have to go to the tree if you're scared. I know you too well. You try so hard to cover up that pain, but it spills out when no one is looking, doesn't it? This isn't right. Why should you be forced to give up your childhood and become a guardian? If you let it, the Mirror Lakes will relieve you of your pain. You can be a kid again. We can have our childhood back. Gilfie falls into a trance. The camera cuts to Soren, who is also hearing voices. I hear someone. Soren? Eglantine? I'm here. Oh, Soren, I missed you so much. Egg, what's wrong? She's gotten very ill. Poor little thing. Blyrick took her, held her hostage. We saved her, but she's so weak. Where are you? I'll come over and help right now. We're not sure. This fog is so thick. It'll clear up tonight. Look for us then. Soren, I'm so sorry for how cruel I was to you. I'll make it up to you. I'm just glad you're okay. I'm glad you're okay too. Things have been so terrible. I made a lot of friends, but so many owls have died. Now it looks like there's not even just one group. We're so sorry you've had to deal with this. It's not something one so young should have to go through. How about you leave the rest of us? You can live here in the Mirror Lakes for the rest of your days. That's a wonderful idea. Soren, come over here and live with us forever. I will. Once the fog clears, I will live with you guys forever. Soren then falls into a trance. The camera shifts to Digger at the hollow entrance. He had listened to everyone and looks confused and worn out. Are you okay, Digger? This fog makes me feel weird. I hear whispers, but they're garbled and makes no sense. The others are saying weird things too. Primrose and Ruby are feeling strange too. A pull at their gizzards. That is the power of the Mirror Lakes. The two yelp in surprise as an owl appears next to them. Digger looks closely at him and tries touching him with his wing, but it goes right through. Is that really you, Connie? Yes, little brother. It's me. We don't have much time, I'm afraid. The others would have come, but I barely managed to squeeze through. What's going on? This place, the Mirror Lakes, lures birds in with visions and voices promising to grant your desire. or relieve you of any pain you might be feeling. I haven't had a vision. You will soon. Your desire was to go out and see the world. Since it can't exactly go for that, it'll go for a more emotional desire. I've heard the stories. It can make any bird see anything. It was a prison of torture during the bird wars. I thought those were just stories. It's very real, and currently there's a monster inside it. She's broken the spell over herself and is using it to lure her prey. Are the 2 owlets okay? Yes? Good. Grab them and exit the hollow in a hurry. But my friends are under the spell. You have to break it by shocking their gizzards. Let out a mighty cry as you leave. Don't worry, they'll follow you. But what if the monster follows? She won't. She sleeps right now. The monster is also very weak. Go on now. It's your time. Go, before she regains her strength. Mrs. P slithers onto his back and nods. Digger takes a deep breath, walks over to the sleeping owlets, and grabs them each in a talon. Connie nods encouragingly as Digger flies out of the nest screaming. Ruby and Primrose start screaming too. Soren, Gilfie, and Twilight snap out of their trance and see Digger fly away. They look at each other and give chase. Digger, what's going on? Have you lost your mind? Just keep flying. A terrible creature lives in the Mirror Lakes. My parents. I see my parents. Me too. Keep your eyes closed. The Mirror Lake is tricking you. But my sister, I heard her. She's not there. Our only hope right now is getting to Cole. You still want that, right? To get to Cole? Of course we do. It's just that this isn't something we should have to deal with. We shouldn't be the ones that constantly have to deal with death after death. We should be at home with our families, not getting ready to die in a war. Because that is what's going to happen. A war. I know. Trust me, I get it. If there was another group of birds willing to do all this, I'd let them. But right now, the only ones who are alive and able to tell the Guardians what's going on is us. This sucks. I wish that none of this ever happened. I wish that St. Augie's didn't exist. I wish that You Only Wish didn't exist. I wish that we could all be happy and that no one ever had to die. But this does all exist. And it'll keep getting worse, so let's keep going. Hope the Guardians make a future where no one has to suffer anymore. Yeah, we're not alone in this. We're handling this burden together. And not just us. The Guardians will help us too. All for one, one for all. I see the stars. We're nearing Coulamere. The owls land on a cliff, overlooking the water. We're nearing the final stretch. I'm in it all the way if you guys are. The owls look at each other and nod. We've gone too far to stop now. Let's go and make the future better for everyone. Ruby notices a puffin staring at them before diving into the water. Oh, that was a puffin. Don't worry, the puffin's just getting some food. She nods and flies off. The film cuts to the sun starting to rise. Mrs. P sees that everyone's getting tired. Have you heard the legend of Fool's New Rule? Why, yes, I've heard the legend of Fool's New Rule. From what I've heard of the legend, their wings are 16 feet long. Oh, according to the legend, they'll come and right the ancient wrong. Here's what the legend tells me, they'll come before snooze last song. Yes, according to that legend, their song will unite us all, and thus will begin the legendary ball. Oh, have you heard the legend of what this will bring? Yes, I've heard the legend of the peace that this will bring. Yes, this legend will bring lots of fire, but the legend will be forged in fire. All evil will be put through the fryer, and we will gladly serve our sire, for they will make us all fly higher. The owls laugh and fly around each other. Their fun is soon interrupted by the appearance of two snowy owls and a whiskered screech owl. I am King Boron. This is my mate, Baron, and our rib, Izzlerib. We have been expecting you. I'm sure you must be tired. We only require a little of your time. Of course. Thank you. I'm Soren. This is Gilfy, Digger, Twilight, Ruby, Primrose, and Mrs. P. The owls fly behind the three guardians. As they do, Gilfy silently brings attention to one of Izzlerib's missing talons. The older owl takes note of this and playfully rolls his eyes. Take a nice look at it. I ain't embarrassed. Though I should warn you, I just ate some fire ants, so maybe don't be directly downwind. You also don't want to be upwind, especially when Izzlerib just ate beans. Careful if you're around Boron when he's flying. He tends to fart out entire musical numbers. Oi, old coot. Right back at you, little toot. Baron rolls her eyes at this, while the owls snicker at this exchange. Then they stare in awe at the great tree of Gahul. And we're finally here. Thank clocks. Oh, I see Struxtruma. She's our navigation rib. What is a rib? Just a fancy word for teacher. Typically you say a rib after the teacher's name, but most owls here don't take that too seriously. Their names just don't fit that well with the word. A spotted owl flies over to the group. Boron, Baron, Izzlerib, are these the children? Yes. Can you please take Ruby, Primrose, and Mrs. P to their hollow? Struxtruma flies over to Soren. Of course. Does Mrs. P need to go? Normally, no. However, it might put the younger owls at ease while you speak in front of the Parliament. Typically, owls as young as yourselves don't just show up at the tree by themselves unless something has happened. Our assumption is correct, yes? Yes, very much so. It's okay, Soren. You'll be fine. Soren nods and watches her slither over to Struxtruma's back. Don't worry. I'll send Talissa and Martin over Lita to take you to your hollow. You'll be next to each other. Come along, children. I just got some nice little snacks for you to munch on before bed. Okay, thanks. See you in a bit, Soren. See ya. They fly off. Soren watches them leave for a moment before taking a deep breath and following the older owls. The scene then cuts to the Parliament. Everyone had said their piece.